Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we will revise Unit 6 and Unit 7. Starting by Unit 6, page 93, Great Stories. So in this unit, we have covered types of stories. We have covered how to write a story. And these types of stories, we have board books, fairy tales, fables, picture books, young adult novels, many kinds of stories. And in the first lesson, we have covered these categories or these types of stories. Also, we did read this book thief extract with the listening tip. We also learned more about connectives to use while writing a story. These words and, after, but, so, when, and next. We use them to begin or connect parts of a sentence. Moving to the second lesson in this unit, we have covered a few things about the ancient symbols or Aboriginal symbols that are very old in time, and they have found this discovery, which is about 40,000 years old. So it's really, really old, and they have used this art to deliver messages, to write about traditional stories, and that's how the stories moved to or between time. Now, in this lesson, we also understood some symbols. For example, the circle means the sun, and this symbol refers to the man. The big circle, like a tornado, is a big water hole. The moon, the stars, the rain, the mountains. So we have tried to write a story using these symbols. Okay, that's what we did in the second lesson. In the third lesson, we did read and listen to an anecdote about a family who went to the mountains for hiking and to watch animals. Also, we have practiced to write in the past simple and past continuous. The next lesson, we try to write a story using proverbs. Now, we have examples of proverbs in page 101. The first proverb, many hands make light work. This means that working together can do anything. It takes a village to raise a child. It means that no one can stand raising a child, or no one can really raise a child. It's a big responsibility, something very hard. Talk does not cook rice. Talk does not cook rice. This means to start doing more action. Don't just keep talking. So we did write a story using these proverbs. And the last lesson in this unit, The Little Prince. It's a short story about a small boy from another planet. You can read the text in the book, or you can write the name, The Little Prince, in YouTube and listen to the story if you like to listen more than you read. The end of this unit, we have covered the project challenge. Project A, you can create an Aboriginal arts dot painting for a class mural. Okay, you can read the steps and do this project, or look at project B, perform a play, The Little Prince. Now, we've said that project B, we cannot do it because it takes a lot of time. So only do project A. Moving to the next unit. But before that, there's a an important page here we need to cover. What did you know now? What's the point of Unit 6? How did it help you? We have few questions that can help us. Look back at the unit and answer the questions above. The question is, what can we learn about life from stories? Now, there's many things we can learn about life. For example, how did people in the past live? We can learn recipes, we can learn inventions, messages. You can learn many things from stories. Question 2, complete these sentences with a connective. Now, uh, you can use the connectives in sentences and words. That's one important thing we learned in this unit. Next, question 3, use your imagination. Now you can write and complete sentences about the book thief on page 95. The figure was looking for, look at the picture. What was it looking for? Question 4, write 3 sentences in the past continuous. Now we have covered some of the use of English or grammar. We have practiced using past continuous and past perfect, also present continuous, to explain what your family were doing when the phone rang last night. For example, when the phone rang, so I was doing my homework. How do you know what's the tense of this sentence? First, look to the first verb. When the phone rang, this is the verb, right? What tense is it? Is it past, future, present? It's past, rang, past, perfect. But now we have an extra thing here, doing. Rang, I was doing. So it's past continuous. Why? Because we have the ing and the past, was doing, was doing. This is the past and this is the continuous, past continuous. Question 5, what lesson did the girl learn in the story Feathers in the Wind? To think before she speaks, because words once said cannot be taken back. That's an important thing to learn. Not to do actions and to think. All right, you can do the check your progress to see if you have if you need any help with the unit, or you can just move to the next unit we have, Unit 7. Now, Unit 7 is much easier. We are going to talk about history, ancient Rome and Egypt. Now, in this unit, we have covered many factors about ancient Egypt, the statues, the life of the ancient Egypts, and also Rome. Now, starting with the first lesson, why were these civilizations important? Why was ancient Egypt important? Why was the ancient Rome important? Because first, there are many things that we cannot explain, like the pyramids, okay? Also, how did these people live in the past? Also, we have the mummies, the gladiators in the Colosseum, the Roman showers or Roman baths, the Roman numerals. That's why it's important. Also, most important thing is the hieroglyphics. Why? Because it's the first form of writing. It's the first letters. It is the first letters. Moving to the next lesson, Egyptian inventions. We have covered a few of the Egyptian inventions like paper, toothpaste, and let's take a look. And medicine. Now, medicine, they made medicine with honey and brains. A cooked mouse was used to help cure coughs. Paper, how was it made? It was made with a plant called papyrus. Hieroglyphics, toothpaste, these are all the inventions of the ancient Egypt. There are more, but these are the most important. Remember them. Moving to the next lesson, everyday life in ancient Rome. And now in Rome, how did they live? What did they eat? What kinds of jobs did they have? How did they transport to move between cities? What did they do for entertainment? We will answer all of these in this lesson. For example, the first thing, entertainment. What did they do for entertainment? They watched fighters or gladiators in the Colosseum, the circle building where they put fighters, gladiators, and animals to fight against each other. What kind of jobs? We can see in the picture, there's merchants, gladiators, traders, also fighters, houses. We can see they have houses. Transport, they used to transport with something called chariot. It's a small um, a small cart with horses. This is the chariot. Food, they used to eat bread, we can see in the picture, and fruit, vegetables, potatoes. Clothes, they used to wear these types of clothes. Also, most important thing about the Romans is the Roman numerals. Roman numerals. Now, how to understand these Roman numerals? Number one is only one cross. 3, you have 3 lines. 4, we have 1 line and V. And for 5, we have V. So 5 equals V. V equals 5. So if you have V, it's 10. Or you can write X. X is also 10. If you have XX, that's 20. What about 15? You will write X and 5. So XV. Now, it's really entertaining to play with these numbers, but we will move to the next lesson. An amazing discovery. Now, we will go back in history to understand this lesson. King Tut's tomb discovered. Now, this is the title. It's a title of a newspaper or a news report. They have discovered King Tut's tomb. Now, in this lesson, we will learn how to write a news report about a discovery. Now, the first discovery here is about King Tut. You can write the same about a discovery of your own. Okay? Moving to the next lesson, Horatius as at the bridge. Now, this is the last lesson in the Unit 7. It's a short poem or story. It's a short story, Horatius at the bridge. It covers a story that happened in the Roman or in the ancient Rome, where this person, Horatius, stood at the bridge to protect the village and to cut the bridge connecting the city to the bridge or the outside. Now, there's a moral and an entertaining end. You can read it, where Horatius lost his eye. All right. We can do the questions together, but let's first cover the project challenge and check your progress. The project challenge, we have project A and project B. Project A, you can write about an ancient building. As you can see in the picture, we have the Colosseum, we have the pyramid, and we have the ancient Rome building here. It's used to transport water. You can write about this, or you can write about an ancient building in your country. You can give you some suggestions like Mada'an Saleh, like maybe Kaaba, maybe um, the clock tower in Mecca, any ancient building. Project B, there are codes here we need to break, like A, B, C. You will write them and to break the code. Can you read the coded words? So what is the words behind these codes? That's project B. Last paper. What did you know? What did you understand in unit 7? What can we see of ancient civilizations in our culture today? What is still there in our culture from the past? Clothes? Transport? No. We have replaced horses with cars. Clothes are always changing. So what can we see of ancient times in our culture today? Language? No. In the past, they have hieroglyphics. Now we have English, Arabic, we have languages. So what did we have now? That's a question you can answer by yourself or look around you and answer. Question 2, write a definition for the following words. Pyramid. What's a pyramid? It's a statue of ancient Egypt that has mummies inside of it, or graves of, or tombs of ancient and pharaohs, or ancient Egyptians. Roman numerals, what are they? Write the definition. You can say Roman numerals are a form of writing numbers. Hieroglyphics, a form of writing letters. Pharaoh are rulers or kings of the ancient Rome. Question 3, what is papyrus paper? Papyrus paper is a plant, or it's an invention made from the papyrus plant. Question 4, what were the ingredients of the toothpaste in the ancient Egypt? It was salt, pepper, mint, and flour. Flowers. Okay, flowers. Question 5. You have many questions here. What did people wear in ancient Rome? What did they eat? They eat bread. What were common jobs and professions? Question 6. Write these numbers in Roman numerals. We said A17. So we said 10 is X and V is 5 and 1 is a line. So try to do these numbers and write them in Roman numerals. Question 7. Write 4 facts about the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. Now, to answer this question, you have to read the Tutankhamun news report in the lesson of Unit 7. Now, we have covered and revised both units we have in this term. So, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate, ask me. Now, we have many things that we can do now. You can look at them at page 126. For example, I can write a news report just like the Tutankhamun tomb news report. I can give a presentation about my life in my country in ancient times. I can read a text about Egyptian inventions. I can use clauses to talk about ancient Egypt and ancient Rome. That's what you should be able to do after finishing this unit. Thank you very much and see you next class.